Yeah, we're good to go.
Want me to start?
Yeah, ready to start.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Before we begin the meeting, we'll do our legal commercial here. On December 11th, 2020, Governor J.B. Pritzker again declared pursuant of Section 7 of the Illinois Emergency Management Agency Act 20 ILCS 3305/7 that a disaster exists in Illinois as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. As such, per SB 2135 recently passed by the General Assembly, I, as Mayor of Lamont, in accordance with the aforementioned declaration of emergency by the governor, finds that it is not practical or prudent to have an in-person meeting tonight. Additionally, for the record, this meeting is being conducted via the Zoom virtual platform. Notice of the same was given to the public and at least one person. Actually, there's several of us here tonight: Ron, Linda, George, myself, and Ken. We are present here at Village Hall as required by the newly amended act. So with that being said, let's kick it off. I'd like to call the March 22nd, 2021 Village Board meeting to order. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and join me? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Linda, roll call, please.
Trustee McClafferty,
Here.
Snagowski,
Here.
Stapleton,
Here.
Kittredge, Kwasniewski,
Here.
Maher.
Here.
Okay, great. All right, next up, we have the consent agenda, which consists of the following items. We have approval of minutes for the March 8th Village Board meeting. We have approval of minutes for the March 15th COW meeting. We have approval of disbursements. We have an ordinance O-08-21 authorizing the sale and disposal of surplus village property. We have a resolution R-16-21 approving a memorandum of understanding between the Village of Lamont and the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning. And lastly, we have a resolution R-17-21 approving professional services and retainer agreements with Altogether LLC. I need a motion, please.
So moved. Maher.
Second, Kittredge.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Maher, seconded by trustee Kittredge to approve the consent agenda. Do we have any questions or comments regarding any of the items on the consent agenda by the trustees? Okay, roll call, please.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Snagowski, Snagowski,
Here.
Stapleton.
Yes. Yes. We know what you meant.
Kittredge,
Yes.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. Before we get into the mayor's mention, we have a public hearing on the fiscal year 2022 for the proposed annual operating budget for March 22nd, 2021. I need a motion to open the public hearing, please.
So move Stapleton.
Second.
McClafferty.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee McClafferty at, see what time it is, 6:35 PM. Do we have, well, I guess, do we need a roll call? Everyone in favor say aye.
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 Anyone opposed, say nay. Okay, motion carries. We are in public hearing. George or Chris, do you have any comments regarding the annual operating budget?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the second public hearing that we have on the the fiscal year 22 budget, proposed budget. We had one on March the 8th, and then we have one today. This notice was actually in the Chicago Tribune, so I try to put different notices in the different papers to hopefully encourage public hearing participants. And so this was published on March 14th. Like I said, this is the second public hearing for the budget. The proposed budget is on the village's website. Basically, we discussed this on March the 15th at the Committee of the Whole, and our next step would be adopting the budget on April the 12th. We haven't had any changes from what we put on the proposed, what we put on the website.
Thanks, Chris. Any questions or comments by the trustees for Chris?
Hey, Chris, this is Ryan. Did we get any emails or any type of questions via some type of internet messaging system?
No, Chris, I don't think you didn't notify me. I didn't get anything before the meeting, but Chris, anything during the week leading up?
No, we did not have nobody. We had nobody responding whatsoever. I did have somebody though, which was really nice. I did have somebody asking to see the capital improvement program on our website, and so I directed them. And they found it, and it was actually perfect. Everything with the website is easy to navigate. So, but nothing on the budget.
Thanks, Chris. And again, we call it the fiscal year 2022 budget. Again, this runs May 1st of 2021 through April 30th of 2022. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
All right. Okay. Do we have any, do you want to open up the?
Yeah, we'll open it up to the public. I don't see a whole lot of folks on the Zoom here today, but nope, I have no hands up, no public comment, Mr. Mayor.
Okay. All right. Need a motion to close the public hearing then, please.
So moved, Maher.
Okay, we have motion by trustee Maher, seconded by trustee McClafferty at exactly 6:38 PM. Need a roll call, please. Linda?
McClafferty,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
Okay, motion passed. Next up, just a few comments. We'd like to thank everyone for coming out for the St. Patrick Day festivities this past Saturday at the Forge. Again, unfortunately, due to the COVID circumstances, we had to cancel our annual St. Patrick Day parade. Looking forward to bringing that back next year. Even though we canceled the parade, we're happy to crown our St. Patrick's Day Queen, Kaylee Cronin. She's an excellent young lady, goes to Lamont, 4.5 GPA in several honor society, does a great job volunteering locally, and I believe she's on the tennis team as well. So a great rounded young woman, and is excellent to have her out and her family. And again, we want to thank the Forge for doing that little impromptu crowning. Again, that event was this past Saturday, and that can be found on Facebook as well. I believe that was videoed live on Facebook. Also, sign up to receive the Stay Informed e-news on our website for event information. Make sure to visit our community calendar on our website homepage at lamontil.us. We hit 70 degrees today, so summer's coming. Hopefully we can get back to some state of normalcy. So keep an eye out for all the events coming up, not only via the village, but the other entities as well, the Park District, the soirees, the car shows through the village and the chamber. So again, spring has sprung and we're looking forward to, like I said, getting back to hopefully some state of normalcy. With that being said, I think the chief might have an update later on the vaccination plan. And Mike, if he's on, is Mr. Stillman on?
He couldn't make it tonight. We'll have Chief talk a little bit about the bridge plan too later on.
Awesome. So, okay. But Again, like I said, sun is out today, so we're excited to get things going in the right direction again. With that being said, it's time to move on here to the clerk's report. Linda, you want to take that, please?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have ordinance 0921, amending Title 17 of the Lamont Municipal Code, the Lamont Unified Development Ordinance of 2008.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved, McClafferty.
Second, Maher.
Second, Kwasniewski.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee McClafferty, seconded by, I believe it was trustee Maher. Mark, are you available, Mark, to take this?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Unified Development Ordinance amendments that are in this ordinance before you tonight consist of a number of items involving some use modifications regarding bed and breakfasts, roadside markets, construction contractor offices with a yard, some requirements as it relates to outdoor dining and drinking and dining areas on private property, some aspects related to porches in our R4A zoning district, some sign code amendments, and then open space requirements for one with the R5A requirements to eliminate those, and then also the modifications with the plan unit development open space. These items were discussed at the December, February, and March Planning and Zoning Commission meetings, and also on the February and March Committee of the Whole meetings. The amendments before you today have a unanimous recommendation from the Planning and Zoning Commission, and staff is recommending approval as well. Thank you.
Thanks, Mark. Any questions or comments from any of the trustees for Mark? Okay, all right, roll call, please.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Snagowski. Snagowski,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. Rick, you're keeping us in suspense there. So,
Well, I don't have a printout, so I'm hopping back and forth and I'm knocking my iPad over. So sorry about that. That's why I get all these different. That's why you get these different camera angles.
just give you a hard time, no. Next up.
Resolution R1821, authorizing entering into a contract with Abdg to procure upgrades for the AV system in the police department training room.
Okay, need a motion, please.
So moved, Stapleton.
Second, Maher.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Stapleton, seconded by trustee Maher. Chief, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And we're requesting an upgrade to our audio-visual presentation system that sits right now in the Lamont training room. The training room's utilized for departmental trainings and trainings by outside training groups and by multiple community groups for meetings. And all groups have access to that presentation medium. It was installed in 2009, and many parts of the system are non-functioning or are at end of life and need replacement. The proposed system includes a projector, an audio interface, a lavalier microphone system, a lectern with a control panel and multiple inputs, a new amplifier, and integrated monitors. 3 bids were obtained to upgrade the equipment. One of the proposals was non-responsive and did not include all the requested components. The lowest of the 2 other responsive bids was from the Audio Visual Design Group for a total of $28,888.89. So staff is recommending authorization to enter into that contract with Abdg and upgrade that by the end of the fiscal year.
Thanks, Chief. And again, it goes without saying that that training room is used for outside groups as well, right, Chief? As well as bringing in public meetings as well. I know we've had several get-togethers with either HOAs or public meeting. So it is a well-used facility. And I think the last time we were in there, the picture was so grainy and fuzzy that it was tough to see the video. So definitely.
That's correct. And it also serves as the Emergency Operations Command Post, which was which situation you were referring to.
Gotcha. That's right. That's right. We use that this summer. So again, everything has a useful life and we've reached that with this equipment. So with that being said, any other questions or comments from the trustees for the chief? Okay, roll call, please.
McClafferty,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
Okay, motion approved. All right, so no village attorney report tonight. George, do we have a report?
I'll have a couple items on our executive session.
Okay. Do we have any board reports at all?
I'd just like to remind people that early voting started today.
That's right. Thanks, Ron. We did not mention that earlier. So day one, all the way through. Again, election day is Tuesday, April 6th. Early voting goes through, does it go through Monday, the 5th? Is that
Right,
correct?
the day before regular election.
Awesome.
day.
Where's your sticker? You're usually first, Ron.
Yeah. So again, we encourage everyone, again, to get out and vote. We have several village elections, township elections, park district, library, so forth, so on, as well as a very important school referendum, 113A. So again, thanks, Ron, for reminding us of that. So get out and vote and encourage your friends and family as well. All right, any staff reports?
Just Chief Maton. Chief.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just real briefly, I wanted to mention the vaccine and a little bit about the bridge phase that will come before phase 5. So vaccine distribution, Illinois currently has administered 4.7 doses, and that means that at least 1.7 million have been fully vaccinated, and many others have received at least one shot. The vaccine is becoming easier to get, and they're getting a lot more doses into Illinois, and they anticipate over the course of April that they'll have enough doses to be able to provide to anybody who's seeking the vaccine. They continue to open up facilities. Almost all of the pharmacy partners now have vaccine. They have different methodologies to register, but if you go on those pharmacy websites, you can choose their vaccine button and then sign up and start watching the appointments there. And they are telling us that by mid-month that there will be a lot of appointments available. Also by April 16th, they are removing all of the phases for a vaccination. Anybody 16 and older will be able to sign up and get a vaccine after April 16th. For the statewide metrics for the reopening, now they've removed the regional metrics, and now the state is going to move forward as a state together. They've implemented a bridge between phase 4, which we're currently in, and phase 5 to allow some additional metrics. The primary trigger to move into this bridge phase is when 70% of the population that's 65 and older get at least one dose of the vaccine. As of today, the reporting on the website that number is at 64%. So I anticipate by the end of this week or early next week that we'll meet most of the metrics to get into the bridge phase. And I guess the significant part of the bridge phase beyond phase 5, which is just a return to the new normalcy, I guess, is that outdoor events will be permitted. Sporting event participation will be allowed to be at 60%. A lot of the hotel and conference facility industry will be allowed to have crowds up to 1,000. And significantly for all the businesses, the folks who have been fully vaccinated, either 2 vaccines from the original vaccines or 1 of the Johnson & Johnson, won't be counted to the capacity limits for those businesses. So if anybody has any questions, I can try to answer them. Otherwise, that is my report.
Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it. Any other questions or comments for the chief? All right. Any new or unfinished business? I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Does anyone have anything? George?
I do not see any hands, but around the room, anything today?
All right. Do you want to move into audience participation?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is the opportunity in the meeting to raise your hand on Zoom, and I can call you up, unmute you, and you can speak. We also allow for comment, as we talked about prior to the meeting. I did not receive any emails or letters, so I will open it up now. Give it a second or two. All right. I have nothing further, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thanks, George. All right, so next up, we are going into executive session tonight. I need a motion to go into executive session to discuss under Chapter 5 ILCS of the Open Meetings Act 120. Going to be covering the collective bargaining 5 ILCS 120 again, /2C2. Need a motion, please.
So moves Snagowski.
Second, Kittredge.
Okay, we have a motion by trustee Snagowski, seconded by trustee Kittredge to move into executive section. Roll call, please. Linda?
McClafferty,
Yes.
Snagowski,
Yes.
Stapleton,
Yes.
Kittredge,
Yes.
Kwasniewski,
Yes.
Maher.
Yes.
And Mr. Mayor, just before the meeting, we did add one item, but I think the vote is sufficient, just so the public knows we're going also in for real estate purchase or at least 2C5.
Okay, great.
Sorry about that.
All right, so we're good there.
I think we're good.
Okay, so motion approved. Want to thank everyone for joining us in the public session. There will be no decisions after executive session. So that ends our public session. Good night, everyone. Have a great week. And George, we'll reconvene and
We'll take about a 3-minute break. I'll get disconnected and then we'll start from the board and a couple staff members.
Thank you.